wild, but true wild really is our practice. It's really returning to our true nature, returning to baby heart. Um, and there's a lot of reasons why we might not want to do this, right? Because when we lose control of forcing ourselves to follow social norms and morality, we may be up to criticism, right? We may ruffle feathers because, as Teacher Wei said, we use social morality to control each other, right? Um, and it's not to say that it's bad, right? I mean, it helps us to organize our systems and, provides rules of thumb for people, da 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 da. But in the work that we're doing, really the invitation is to deepen into baby heart and to trust ourselves and trust the universe that we will know what to do in every moment, even if an action maybe isn't socially acceptable. Um, Teacher Wei said, if you want to heal, you have to be wild. And he really equated surrendering to our wild nature um, as the same thing as breaking old patterns, undoing old blockages. And he talked about it opening up our creativity. I mean, there's so much abundance that we have to look forward to when we take this leap. When we get really fixated on social norms, when we think that following social norms perfectly is the same thing as being a good person, it ends up creating the situation where we're judging. We're constantly judging ourselves, judging other people, which of course then creates negative emotions. And he says that we have the potential to do really amazing things. I mean, think about, like amazing feats of like physical feats, like sports things or acrobatics or whatever. We also have the ability to do amazing things like super abilities. And when we block our access to our true nature because of fear, right? Then then we also block our true potential, our super abilities. Um, so the main practice um, was Heng Ha, right? So Heng and Ha are two generals. And he said that often when you go into temples or buildings, there will actually be statues of Heng and Ha on either side. And Heng, because when we do Heng, we go down and we open up the blockages in lower dantian. And so Heng, he said, looks like this, like with his mouth closed. And then Ha is when we go up and open up our any blockages in Shenji Palace, right? So Ha is like has his mouth open, right? Like that. Yeah. Good job, Irene. She's got it. So, and he just, imagine for a moment, because I got kind of tripped up with the general speak. I'm like, military stuff. I don't know, this doesn't apply to me. But what he said landed that really generals just means they are these really amazing, powerful forces that we have inside of us. They are us. And they have the capacity to manage and flow 100,000 soldiers, right? Like imagine the energetic capacity that you would have to have in your life to manage 100,000 people, like CEO of a huge company or something. Like imagine the energy, all the complexity, all the conflict, all the stuff going on that you would have to have the ability to flow through you to manage that many people, right? So these generals that are you have the ability to break up and dismantle all of the blockages that you have within you. And Teacher Wei talked about the devils. So he referred to the devils as our blockages, right? Of course. And that they keep the devils away. And he went even further to talk about how using Heng and Ha to break up what's limiting us, that is healing at the root. So that is not, you see something you don't like and cutting it out. That is actually changing the primary habits and patterns that caused the problem originally. So, like, this is a really powerful practice. Um, Returning to your true nature, to your wild self, is a really powerful practice. We're going to practice Heng Ha, of course. So I'm just going to say when we do it, when you go down for the hang, I mean, you are trying to like full on use the acoustic capacity of your body to the fullest extent. So allow your voice and the vibration of your voice to resonate in that in your body so that it, I mean, when he did it, it was like he filled the room with sound and vibration. It was like all of our blockages were getting removed when he was doing Heng Ha. Um, so I know it's early and you might have like sleeping people in your household, da, 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 but I would just encourage you to really like go for it. This is not about straining the voice. This is about really leveraging your acoustic capacity to move that energy through. This is you like really embodying your inner Heng and Ha. And he did say, because and right now I am struggling a bit with my voice. I've had a bit of a vocal chi purification this last week. He said that at first when you do it, you may feel a little strain in your throat area. I mean, again, this is you should not be the sound does not come from your throat. So try not to focus on that. But if you do feel a little strained, he said that's okay. It's actually opening up that energy center. So, and that with practice that it will have the capacity to flow that energy and that you will not feel strained there. So, um, just a tip. So, are you ready to get wild? You ready? Like growl, or like, imagine like big wild animal that's fully in tune with its wild nature, right? Ready to like be sweet and soft when needed, but then also not afraid to like, do a physical action, lash out if needed, right? I mean, it's all in our toolbox in Ming Shui, right? Okay. All right. So stand up. Gonna get wild. Okay. So we're going to do 9 of these. And again, focus on really reverberating the sound through your body, and do your best and have fun and think about being a lion. Okay. Good job. All right. Again. You're a general and your voice has to reverberate throughout the entire army. All right. 2 more. Ha! 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 Woo! Good job, everyone. Woo!